I'm Michael. Today I will be presenting my project plan presentation about how to optimize a listing in Booking.com. So there are four main parts that I will talk about. First time is background, just a brief uh, reintroduction to what the problem is, and then I would like to approach this problem through three perspectives, which is the management side, which is the Bukit Vista, and the owner side, and then from the guest perspective, and also price-wise. First one, background. Sorry. So the problem is about that the contribution of Booking.com as an OTA platform is very low compared to Airbnb and other platforms. And why? And the objective of this project is that we need to find the possible marketing strategy to optimize the revenue based on the data that's available. So just like I said, I have 3 point of view on this problem, which is from the management, which I will try to discover some tools and programs that's provided by Booking.com to optimize the visibility. And then I would like to analyze the group and individual homepage that's provided by Booking.com. The second one is from the guest side. My approach is that I did investigation, just like a guest, in every listing of Bukit Vista and Booking.com. And the last one is about price-wise. I would say it's more like the combination from the management side and the guest side. And my proposed project is that I would like to maybe conduct a multiple linear regression to predict the price and to get a better estimation. First one, management perspective. So yesterday I had a discussion with Kak Lily. Kak Lily, and sorry, and here's the screenshot of the group homepage that I took. So from this page, there are 2 main things that I analyzed. That for the first time is the first one is the completeness of information that's indicated by the percentage below the property's name. So basically, mostly I think it's already 100%, but there are few that are still not complete. So I think it's just an easy job to complete all this data. And the other one at the most right side is about the Booking.com messages, or I think the inquiry that's coming from the prospective customers. So my suggestion is that we should do a daily checking on the guest and Booking.com's messages, and we should reply this within 24 hours. And then next, the reviews tab, that we can see that there are the last 2 reviews that is submitted to the whole property of Bukit Vista. And we can see here that the review is actually not that good, 6.0 and 8.0. And there are actually some that I would say not appealing things about the reviews. And also yesterday when I did an investigation, actually there are a lot of reviews in the Bukit Vista properties that are not replied. And my recommendation is that we should keep in touch with the advocacy team to give a reminder on replying the reviews, especially the ones containing bad reviews and low rating. Because if we did respond to that, and the future customers who wants to stay on that respective places could know that actually the host did care about the property, and that they exist and they try to keep improving. And also make sure that the advocacy team deliver the words of complaint, every improvement critic that is said from the customers to the owners. And then the next one is, I think, probably the most important part of this section is that about the group opportunity center. So basically, Booking.com gives a lot of possible strategies that can be carefully considered. So from the picture, we can see that they have actually some key points about the ranking, page views, cancellations, conversion, so on, that actually we can compare to our competitors. And for each key point, actually, there are a lot of programs that I think we could, like discuss, and maybe we should apply to some properties. And yeah, I think my idea is that we should give more promotions and discounts to some properties that have low occupancy and low rated on booking.com. And yeah, about the second point, the early tenant deal, is that from the uh, first program here, that it said that our data shows that 62% of guests will be traveling more price consciously next year. So capture this savings savvy audience by offering your properties at more competitive rates with early tenant deal. So I think maybe we could, use this opportunity to, because the prediction is that next year a lot of customers, majority 62%, will be more price conscious. So for this year, I think we could make uh, some promotions, but also we need to carefully discuss with the owners about the expense, if the price that's proposed is makes sense. Yeah. And next on, actually, Bukit Vista has like around 68 properties that listed in booking.com, and this one is the individual listing that uh, I took is from Atra Bambology. And from the analytics that we actually can see several statistics from the book window, traveler type, the origin of the travelers, and then the engines that they use to search the top 5 countries, cancellation policy, and the length of stay. So it's my analysis that we, from the book window part, because around 40% of the most searchers were looking for 90 plus days in advance. So my strategy is that we should determine the prices at least the 90 plus days in advance. And as well, we should looking for more properties that suit the most popular traveler type, which is the couple, 2 people, to be marketed in booking.com. And another one is about the advance booking promotion. Yeah, just like the ones that I said earlier about we should plan how we should did some promotions and maybe vouchers for the rest of the year. And then the next one about the international preferences, because we can see from this listing, 63% of the searchers were from the international travelers. So my analysis is that uh, from what I observe as well, usually the international visitors would mainly concern about the existence of air conditioner, the cleanliness, about the bugs, mosquitoes, and the cashless payment and the quietness. So I think if knowing the fact that a lot of, or the majority of the occupants of the property is international travelers, then we should really pay attention to these things. And as well, another again about the 80% of the most searches were using mobile searches. So we should engage more in the mobile device promotions that actually exist in booking.com and give quite number of discounts. And also we noticed that the length of stay mostly about only one night. So yeah, I think for this particular one, we just don't need to really discuss about how to make the weekly or monthly prices. However, if we found properties that actually have high demands for the monthly or weekly, I think we should really take this opportunity to maybe set some prices that is very competitive for weekly and monthly. And another one about the cancellation policy. As we can see, the free cancellation one is definitely, obviously the most favorite one. So my idea is that we could do more lenient cancellation policies. For example, free cancellation about D minus 14. And then from the guest perspective, so my approach is that I did some observations of Bukit Vista's properties in booking.com. just to visit every listing, just like as a guest. However, I think managed to visit around 30 properties, which is like the half of the overall numbers. And what I analyzed is actually it's pretty good that the rating range from 5.6 until 9.6. However, I think the average or the most observations, the rating is around 7-ish or 8-ish. So I think that is still reasonable and okay. And the pictures that's given are actually, I have to say, it's very quite attractive, even for the type of guest house and like houses. It's I would say very attractive, and the descriptions that's given about the properties, like the description of the rooms, if they have, I mean, some facilities, amenities, or the distance from the airport or from the famous uh, tourist attraction places. And yeah, I think it's sufficient. However, the only problem is about, once again, the replies from the reviews given, especially if we receive the bad ones, even from, I think, mostly like when I found each property, only one out of like 100, or yeah, I mean, only like one gets replied, and usually some who that have like a lot of that reviews usually end up like unanswered by the advocacy team. So I think that's one thing that we should really improve for Booking.com, because I believe that reviews are very important. And yeah, my recommendation is about creating templates for the replies with more attention on the reviews and laboratory properties. I think by creating templates, we could save many more, I mean, much more time on replying all the reviews, and also paying attention to every details about the general information or about the certain policies, which I think I found one interesting thing about Butterfly Bali, where they do not allow children to stay. So I think that quite doesn't really make sense. So I think maybe that's one thing that should be improved. And then about cots or extra beds, I think I observed from some guest houses they don't really provide uh, cots or extra beds, which I think for some big families, I think this is quite an important aspect that should be provided by properties. And also from my research, that I think we should be more focused on marketing the hotel or resort or villa kind of properties in Booking.com, rather than home or home or guest houses. Yeah, home or guest houses, because I think from what I found, that guest houses and home is more suitable to be marketed in Airbnb, while Booking.com, I think, more focused to market on the hotel, resort, and villa. And yeah, price wise, the last part. So my plan about this, actually, yesterday I attended the revenue projection discussion, and then from there, like, I observed that actually we don't really have like a strong foundations on how we set the price. We only based the price on the previous year's revenue performance, are also based on the, I would say, like, feelings on that, how certain seasons could maybe boost the travelers. So my idea is that actually we could do like a multi-collinear regression. It hasn't finished because I only did this input this manually, and we should need at least like 30 or 40 observations. So far what I did is that I try to include some important variables. So my target, my response variable will be the price. And yeah, I try to include some independent variables, such as the type of the properties, the district rating, cleanliness rating, room size, and then if they have air conditioner or free, sorry, this one is, oh, free Wi-Fi. and then how many stars they have in Booking.com and the total number of reviews. So to be honest, I haven't really come into a conclusion because from my this scatter plot metrics, actually we can see that there are no substantial linear relationship except at from the price and the reviews. So I think we still need I still need to add some more observations or also maybe did some modifications and transformations. However, yeah, I mean, like one thing from this table that actually I think supporting my previous finding is that you can see that from the hotel and resort, they have like a bigger number of reviews. So I think that support my findings about the Booking.com market's target is more into the hotel, resort, and villa kind of thing. And the guest house have like substantially lower amount. So yeah, that's why I said that maybe guest houses should be more focused on Airbnb, while the villa and yeah, some villa that we have could be maybe more marketed and focused on Booking.com. Yeah, I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mike, for the presentation. In general, you cover four, I think, topics findings. But I think Vida is curious about your presentation just now and wanting to evaluate what's changes between Wednesday and today. What is that, Vidi? Do you observe any changes?
I guess the plan is more solid, and there is already like some analysis that is done, the linear regression part especially. Uh, what I'm interested is in, eh, uh, do you think right now you're discovering something new, or it's something that already exists within the company but it's not adopted well in Booking.com's case? What do you think? Which one is it?
Um, yeah, I think for the beginning part is already in booking.com, but for the pricing part, the last part, this one,
The
the
analysis of the prices in around Booking.com, yeah, Booking properties.
yeah, like the set competitive, like the some properties that's maybe if I search a property, then how about the competitive set like the others?
Yes,
Yeah,
computers.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I think yeah maybe yeah that's my new finding.
Yeah,
That's
but I mean, this is a similar feature that we have for Airbnb, right? Like price capper for Airbnb, but the difference is that this is for Booking.com.
mhm.
So it's adoption issue. Like it's not translated well to Booking.com. There's a wrong management in terms of Booking.com that actually we already do that in Airbnb, right?
Oh,
What do you
um,
think?
I mean, I haven't really explored Airbnb, so
Okay.
I can't say much.
I think he didn't know that we have that scraper,
I
Vidi.
see, I see. Yeah, yeah. But I think in general, the analysis is still aligned with what we understand in Airbnb, and probably what you can help with is in the adoption part, see, sebenarnya. Because the
Yes.
analysis itself is very similar to what we do in Airbnb, sih. Yes.
Yes, yes, I agree with VD, and perhaps questions that can summarize all of your previous question, VD. Buat Mike itu adalah, Mike, would you like to be an executor also in this part? Like, we do have, like, we know that there is an opportunity, but no one execute to optimize that opportunity basically. Itu problemnya di sana sebenarnya kalau booking.com. You already know that there is many opportunity center apa group opportunity center kan ada di sana banyak,
Yeah.
but we don't really adopt it. We don't really like inspect whether the price is correct or not, whether like basically no management on booking.com. So what is your plan next? Like what will you do if you're accepted?
Yeah, I think I will yeah spend my time to I don't know like make summarize because they have like individual homepage, right, for every property.com, and I think that's something that we haven't explored yet. And actually, there are like a lot of data that, I mean, can be like must be like analyzed, because like um I mean, yeah, I mean, since I do not have the access, like I don't really, I mean, know like what's can be found there. Yeah,
I see. So you're ready to be the executor, right?
yeah, because that,
Optimize a
yeah.
single property.
Yeah, but I just have one question for Mike. If you were to do that, we will be spending resources as well that we usually spend in Airbnb in Booking.com. Why do you think it's worth it in terms of market size or anything? Like, how do you know there's an opportunity here?
Mm. Okay. Sorry, could you repeat your question again?
Yeah, how we're going to spend resources that we usually spend on Airbnb in Booking.com, but so far, revenue wise, maybe let's say a month, Airbnb can generate about 25 to 30,000 revenue. Booking.com will generate about 1,000 to $2,000. But why is it worth it to explore this in a business sense? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I think Bukit Vista has like some properties that like kind of like villas, and I mean the I mean I think those kind of properties could have some opportunities in Booking.com, and yeah, I think, I mean, yeah, I don't know, I think we should try.
I see. I will expect something like the market share of Booking.com compared to Airbnb is actually quite equal if you look at Google Trends or something like
Mm-hmm.
that. We have to prioritize the resources, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's one way you can actually prioritize resources because on the back of our mind, we kind of know that Booking.com has a potential, and actually, it's already proven. Yesterday, our data scientist team discovered that the view count in Booking.com for 1 month is actually the same as the view count in Airbnb, but the
Far
conversion rate to instant booking is actually far lower. So
lower.
that's an
Oh,
opportunity, right?
Yeah.
And that's
yeah.
the kind of answer that I would have expected as well.
Yeah, but Mike, do you know that that kind of answer that we expect, or you just don't have any idea what are you talking about?
Uh, I don't know. I mean, yeah, maybe like I expect like that answer, but
You don't have the
uh,
data. You don't have the idea.
I mean, I think maybe because I still haven't seen like really the whole picture of Bing.com, like the whole data that, I mean, because I only like saw pieces, right? Just the general one, and then just one individual property. So I don't really like get like, I mean, the whole picture of it. So like, yeah, maybe like if I like can explore like all the things, maybe yeah, I will have like a better picture of, yeah, the.
Okay. Any more question, Vidi?
I'll go from me.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think that's that. I don't have any specific questions since I know what you're going to do actually. Oh no, no, no. Perhaps my questions. What's the first thing that you'd like to do after, for example, you're accepted and you continue this project?
Okay. Um. Okay. I think um. First of all, I would like to, yeah, like explore the analytics in booking.com,
Mm-hmm.
like for the each individual property, and then like from there I could make I don't know, like some summary, like I
Basically,
mean like,
understand the current performance and also
yes.
the opportunities. Okay.
Yeah.
How do you know that you do better compared to how do you know that your actions deliver better result compared to do nothing? Now, let's say sekarang do nothing. How will you know
Mhm.
that?
I think we can see from uh, the revenue growth, and
Mm-hmm.
then the occupancy rate, or maybe we could take a look as well at the number of inquiries, number of page views. If there's an improvement on that, then I think we did something better.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Mike, for the answer. In general, you looks not really confident actually when you're answering any kind of questions. I'm not really sure why. You look a bit shy when you speak. Therefore, I need you to be more confident
Okay.
with everything that you know. Like, yeah, just try to look. Aduh, gua bisa pokoknya gitu. Yang ragu-ragu gitu. Tapi, yeah, thank you very much for choosing the booking.com problem. That also kind of things that I would like to try because, well, I just know that the DS team already delivered ya, Vidi ya, the page view counts.
Yeah, the OTA prioritization yesterday, the
Yeah,
one that you asked
yeah, yeah, yeah.
them to do that.
So that's actually apa namanya, one data that can support our prioritization letter. Perhaps we can also explore booking.com if we have another team coming in the future. So yeah. Okay,
Okay.
then that's that, Mike, for your presentation. Thank you very much. You can
Thank
stop and
you.
share your screen.